Okay, ladies and gentiles, monkeys and reptiles, it is time once again for a Trippy Food live stream on this bright and sunny Sunday afternoon. So welcome everybody. Thank you for making us part of your weekend. So we already got people in the room. We got, well, Julie's not in the room. Julie left a message because Julie is on the Jersey Shore or the Jersey Shore, if depending on whether you're from Jersey or from Boston. But she is on the Jersey Shore. I think it's like a bachelorette party or something. So Jules, have fun in Jersey, and we will catch you on the flip side. We have Tom. Let the games begin. Hopefully not the Hunger Games, although maybe you are a little hungry. And Miguel Rangel is here. So Doodle is like, he hears me talking, and so he's clamoring. What happened to my collar here? How come you guys didn't tell me my collar was all messed up? All right, Doodle wants to come up. I think Doodle wants a snack. I'm pretty sure Doodle wants a snack. Canelo is right here. I'm guessing that if I give Doodle a snack and not Canelo a snack, that all hell will break loose. So we will give Doodle a snack. Can you move this over so you can see that a little bit better? I'm going the wrong way, aren't I? I am going the wrong way. All right, there we go. Doodle, the Prince of Dogness, everybody, wearing his Sunday going to meeting clothes. Isn't he stylish? Isn't he the most stylish little puppy you've ever seen in your life? All right, Doodle wants a snack, so we will give Doodle a snack. And because Doodle is going to want a snack, that means Canelo is going to want a snack too. And we can't leave Canelo out, so we have to give him a snack as well. Canelo, do you want to come up and say hi? I'll give you a snack here. Come up and say hi. Here we go. Canelo, everybody, also in his Sunday going to meeting clothes. So, Canelo, you want to say hi? Yeah? That's all I'm going to get from you, isn't it? It is. Okay. So, snack for both of you. So, where's Doodle? Doodle? Where are you, Doodle? Where did you go? I hear you. Okay, that's for you. And Canelo, that's for you. All right, so Canelo is here. He decided he's just going to eat his little snack here. And Doodle has taken off to the other room, as Doodle likes to do. Janice Yamanaka is here. Welcome, Janice. I'm glad you could make it. As you may or may not be able to tell, I am a little bit stuffy. Not like I'm a little bit stuffy. I have, it's either a sinus infection or an ear infection or something like that. But it's got me all blocked up. And so this kind of happened yesterday, and then I'm debating do I want to cancel the live stream? And the answer was no, because I have not live streamed in a while. So we missed last week. So I want to do the live stream. So I'm like, yeah, I'm going to do that. So I went to the pharmacy here, and the pharmacy is kind of a different place than what you would expect. It's like a counter. And you just go and you tell them what's what you've got, and then they give you something, right? So we said to them, well, I think it's congestion, but it could be a sinus infection or something like that. And they go, okay, take these, take one every 12 hours. I don't know what they are. They said it might make me drowsy, and so to combat that, I have my coffee here. So you're gonna have a lightheaded, tipsy, coffee fueled Uncle Val. I think this is it's called Descongel, which I think is there's decongestant in there and there's gel in there. I think those are the two words that they make up. And it says gripa, and gripa is like a cold. It's like you're sick, you have gripa. I don't know what's in it. It looks like there's acetaminophen in it. There's 500 milligrams of acetaminophen, and there's some other stuff in there. I guess whatever that other stuff is might make you drowsy. So we are on this, whatever this is. Took one at noon, gonna take another one. I can't take another one for 12 hours. So you got me as I am. Might take some breaks to blow my nose. I don't think I'm gonna nod off because like I said, I have my coffee, but who knows? Don't be blocked up unless I ask you, and I'm not going to ask you. That works out well for me. Thanks, Tom. Let's say, Miguel Rangel. Miguel, I got you right. I did not get Jared Tierno. Welcome, Jared. Glad you could make it. Ice Hand is here. Glad you could make it. I feel like you guys remember, I think some of you they had Romper Room for a while, right? So most of you probably remember Romper Room. When Romper Room was a regional thing, right? So in every market, that carried Romper Room, it was like a different person, sort of like Bozo the Clown. But like you had Larry Harmon, who was the original Bozo the Clown. He was in Illinois, in the Chicago area. So he was the original Bozo the Clown. But every major city, major market had their own Bozo the Clown. In Boston, it was Frank Averush. He was Bozo the Clown. And so yeah, it's kind of one of those kind of things. Let's see, probably a bit of Benadryl in it. Maybe, I don't know. R.I.P. Oliver Tree. Oliver Tree. I don't know. Is that a tree or is that a person? I'm not familiar with the name. Now I have to look it up because that's how I roll. Let's see who Oliver Tree was. The name does not sound familiar. American singer, songwriter, and record producer. Why have I never heard of Oliver Tree? He was 32. Well, that probably explains why I've never seen him or heard him. Oh, what is with that haircut? Is that like a mullet? What is that? Oh, he dies in a helicopter crash. I don't think I could tell you a single song that Oliver Tree has done. But yeah, it sucks when you're 32 years old and you're playing. How old was Stevie Ray Vaughan when he was in the helicopter crash? He was relatively young, I think. So it kind of sucks. And the thing about two examples, Stevie Ray Vaughan, and the other one would be Sam Kinison, right? These are two people that have substance abuse problems. They interfered with their career, and then they decide they're going to clean themselves up. And so they get on the straight and narrow, and they clean themselves up, and everything's going good for them. And like one dies in a head-on collision with a teenage driver of a pickup truck, and the other one dies in a helicopter crash. So there's a moral in there, I think. It has something to do with getting your life in order and everything. Like, is it worth it? I mean, would they have died otherwise? I don't know. Too young to leave this world, for sure. I think. And the thing that cracks me up is like, my mom died 2 years ago. She was 92 years old, and people are going like, "Oh my God, that's such a shame. She's gone. She's left us, and she was taken too early." Like, too early? She was 92. She had a great run. She was healthy up until the very, very end. And I don't think it's not like she got really, really sick. It's just that I think she just got tired, and she just goes like, "Yeah, I'm going to shut the lights out on the way out. I'll see you guys later." So but when you're like in your 30s, yeah, that's too young. Stevie Ray Vaughan was 35. Yeah, I thought he was in his 30s. I wasn't sure. So just talking, I can feel my nose filling up. That sounded kind of gross the way I heard it coming out of my mouth. I thought that sounded kind of gross. Hopefully the coffee will help. I don't know. We'll see. We're just gonna take it as it is. So did I miss anybody? You guys have to keep me honest. Let's see. We got 6 people in the room. Not a lot. We've had more people, but I don't care. It's 6 people who really want to be here, and we really enjoy you being here. Julie will not be here today because, as I mentioned before, she is at the Jersey Shore. Joshua Maxwell is here. Welcome, Joshua. Good to see you. Glad you could make it. Here's what I'm going to do. The first thing we're going to do, because we have time, right? Yeah, we have a little bit of time. First thing we're going to do is we're going to do a poll. And the reason we're going to do a poll is because somebody left a comment and says, I'm not really a big fan of these AI thumbnails. They didn't like the AI thumbnails. It's easy for me because I can come up with a situation that could never happen, and add a little humor to it and everything. And so for me, doing the AI thumbnails was a lot of fun. I mean, like if I was good at Photoshop, was really good at Photoshop, I could do something like that. But this is easy and simple. But somebody doesn't like the AI thumbnails, or it's tired of them, or sick of them, or just hates AI. I'm not sure. So I'm going to start a poll here. Let's see. Start a poll. And the poll question is: Do you want to continue seeing AI thumbnails? And it's just a yes or no thing. So I have started the poll, and when you get a chance, just I'm not sure how this works. Like, I don't know if when somebody joins the room, if the poll is still there. I don't know, but we'll get that poll started and we'll see what you guys think. I will abide by whatever the majority thinks. So I was going to put an option in there like it doesn't really matter to me, but then I thought if it doesn't matter to you, then just don't answer the question. So we need a yes or no so we can see whether people like them or not. maybe you like them, but they're getting tiring. Maybe like you just don't want to see them anymore or something. I don't know. That's why I put a poll up there, and you can tell me whether you like seeing the AI thumbnails or not. And if you say no, I will take them. I will not use them anymore. And if you say yes, I will continue to come up with creative and what I think is funny thumbnails, and we'll just do that. Black tea with lemon and honey might help. You're absolutely right, Janice. We have lemons in the yard. I could go out and get one of those. We have tea in the kitchen. I could go out and get that. We have honey in the kitchen as well. Of course, I'm not in the kitchen. So, but it's something to keep in mind. I don't want to take a break and go out and make tea and then go out in the yard and get a lemon and everything. I mean, that's going to take like 10 minutes or something like that. And it takes time away from you guys. So we're going to kind of muddle through this and see if we can make the best of it, and hopefully it won't be too bad. And again, it was one of those things where I just said, do I think I can do a 2-hour live stream, or should I just, give it a pass? And I didn't do it last week, and I missed doing it, so I wanted to do that. So everybody saying hello to each other. Did I miss anybody? Please let me know. Please keep me honest. Let me know if I missed anybody. Oh, hey. I am not a big sports fan, but go Knicks, right? What was it, 40 years or something like that since their last championship? So the Knicks did it. It was kind of like when the Cubs won in 2015, 2016, when the Cubs won, and they hadn't won in a long time, or the Red Sox in 2004. One of those kind of things. So it was kind of like they're the underdog. No one expected them to win. They won. That was really a really cool thing. And congratulations to them. But Doodle, did you want you want to come up and say hi? That's okay, but I'm not going to give you another snack because you just had a snack, and we don't want you to snack out. Doodle, the Prince of Darkness, everybody. Now, my guess is what's going to happen is I'm going to bring Doodle up here, and Canelo is going to get jealous because Canelo does that. He gets jealous when Doodle comes up. Do you want to come up? You want to come up, Canelo? No? Okay. Doodle, you can't have another snack right now, okay? Can't give you, got to pace you, okay? It's only the first hour, and you had a snack. So, maybe in the second hour you can have another snack. What do you think? Huh? It's okay. Good to say hi to your adoring public out there. They came here to see you, not me. You want to say hi? They're out there, Doodle. They're out there. Yeah, that's it. Okay, Doodle. There we go. Doodle, the Prince of Darkness, everybody. Professor Muddler, yep. If that was going to be loud, I'd mute that. All right, there we go. We have Jake James. I missed Jake James. Welcome, Jake. Glad you could make it. Don't stress yourself above all else. I try not to. I'm pretty chill and pretty easygoing. I am also sweating in here, and I don't have a fever. It's just warm in here for some bizarre reason. I did get some shades, some light blocking shades. And so I'm using the ring light, which gives me consistent light. So no matter what else is happening outside, I have consistent light in here. I think we finally have it down to something that really works. Before, what would happen is about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, the sun would be directly that way in here, and I had to put cardboard in the window and all kinds of other stuff and move stuff around, and the light would change and stuff. But now, room darkening shades in all the windows, and my ring light here, and so we have consistent lighting for the whole show. So, yay! All right, did I miss anybody? I don't know. I missed anybody? It's going to be a little bit rough here. I can tell right now by my voice. Random Colombia. In fact, Colombia has a species of stingless bee. It produces less honey, but the honey does make it better pharmaceutically because there's no toxin. Maybe is that what it is? Where is this stingless bee from? I wish Colombia had biteless mosquitoes, because mosquitoes here, and they also have this tiny. It's about that big, a little black thing about that big, and they call them midges. They might have midges in the U.S. I'm not sure. They're called midges, and you don't see them. Like a mosquito, you can hear them, and you can kind of see them flying around, and you're like, go ahead, land on me. Go ahead, I dare you. But midges, they're evil. You never see them, you never hear them and everything, and then all of a sudden you just feel this, and you're like, okay, he got me. All right. Again, my apologies about the congestion and everything, but it is what it is. And again, like I said, I didn't want to miss another week, so I appreciate you guys dealing with me and putting up with me. So we are joined once again by a cast of dozens, including the Golden Thumb, Henrietta, the Artificial Chicken, and Tiny Val. We have both Tiny Vals here today. Say hi, Tiny Vals. Okay. All right, everybody's exchanging niceties. It's about quarter after. We might as well get started. So we're doing a beer. This is a simple beer, but because of where it's from, I was really interested to try it and everything. So this is Cerveza Bahia Lager. This it also carries the excess alcohol. Probably, what is it, about 4% ABV? Yeah, it's 4% ABV. They consider that excess alcohol. I don't know. The irony is, maybe it's not irony. Maybe I'm using the wrong word, like Alanis Morissette does. But I'm going to say irony. The irony is, I was filming an episode on Rafajo. I think we've done Rafajo before. At least we've done an episode on Rafajo before. Rafajo is typically Aguila or some other type of beer, mixed half beer and half Colombiana soda from Postobon. And they make it ahead of time in a can, and the one they make ahead of time in a can is like 1.8% ABV, and that does not carry an excess alcohol notification from the Board of Health. So I guess 1.8 is acceptable to them, but 4 is just a bridge too far to cross. So it is what it is. I remember hating the biting blue. Oh my God, the blue flies. Yeah, the shore of New Hampshire. Yeah, same. Growing up in Massachusetts, it was the same thing. The blue flies were nasty as hell. And the black flies. There's something they call black flies, and they were big too. You can't miss those. They were about the. I don't know if it was the same thing as the horse fly, but they were big. The black flies and the horse flies, they were big, and they bit, and they hurt, and but at least they weren't like mosquito where they bite and it hurts, but it kind of goes away after a while. But mosquitoes, they inject you, and the reason they inject you is because they inject you with like sort of an anesthetic, so that they can continue drinking your blood and you don't notice it and you don't kill them, right? And it's the females. It's only the female mosquitoes that bite, and the reason they bite is because they need to draw blood for their eggs. The males don't bite, so you see a male's not even going to land on you. So that's why if you see one on you and it's going to bite you, and it's a female, and I have no qualms. There's some things that I have no qualms in killing, and other things that I don't. So like if I find a spider in the house, I don't care how big it is. If it's like that big, I have had some in here, wolf spiders and stuff that are that big, and I don't kill them because they're really good for pests. I try to move them to an area where somebody's not going to accidentally step on them. They're going to turn around and bite them. It's not a toxic bite and everything, but it's going to hurt like hell. Or I might put them outside. I might put them in the garden or something like that. But scorpions, when they get in here, they're going to die. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm not going to step on a scorpion and endure that kind of pain, or whatever. I don't know. Like some people just get a mild reaction from them. Some people get a serious reaction from them. I don't want to find out what kind of reaction we get from them. So they have to die. Okay, that is ironic. Okay, I wasn't sure. I'm not 100% sure on what ironic means, and apparently neither is an Alanis Morissette. Okay, so let's back to the Bahia. This is Cerveza Bahia Lager. This is a 4% ABV, and this is a product of Guatemala. So it's a Guatemalan beer, and that's why I was really interested in trying this. Cerveceria Centroamericana was founded in 1886. It's been around that long. Founded in 1886 by Mariano and Rafael Castillo Cordova in Guatemala City. Okay, so as long as we're on the subject of Guatemala, what is Guatemala's national bird? What is Guatemala's national bird? Oh, here's a question, or maybe it's a statement. There was literally a wolf spider right next to me a bit before I joined in. I got up, but don't kill them either because it was big one, so that's quite a coincidence. Yeah, they're all over the place. They're all over the place. Even when I lived in the States, They were all over the place, and they're beneficial because they get rid of all the pests. So I don't kill the wolf spiders. I just kind of move them aside and just go like, dude, I don't want to step on you. Oh, speaking of spiders, I did finally find Nigel. So Nigel was climbing up the curtains over there. I don't know how he got across the room, but I did see Nigel. He was climbing up the room, the curtains. I'm like, Nigel, you can't do that. Sorry. And I put Nigel outside. So we did find Nigel finally. So you will not see Nigel again, I don't think, unless he finds his way back in the house. All right, let's get this open. We do not need a can opener. Can opener? Bottle opener. Can opener is a real thing, but for something completely different. All right, here we go. Now, having this condition has not affected my sense of smell, so hopefully it has not affected my sense of taste. I had breakfast this morning. It was pretty good, so I don't think it does. Small can though. All right, here we go. I should have brought the straw to get through all that foam. That's a decent smell. Okay, here we go. Let's see if we can get it past the foam. It's almost fruity. It doesn't, to me, taste like a Mexican or American lager. It's kind of like a very basic beer. It's a drinking beer, right? So like if you go out to a bar and you're sitting there and you're having some snacks and you're watching a game or whatever, and you want a beer and that's not going to like go like, no, that is quite fascinating. Or could you pour this down the sink for me, please? You want something that's kind of in the middle that's like you're just going to continue doing what you were doing, and it's just like, oh, that's a nice little drink. That's what that is. Very unobtrusive. Doesn't have that kind of skunky taste that some lagers do. It doesn't smell used like some lagers do. Some smell the same before and after. This does not. It's actually pretty good. I think it's light and it doesn't have that skunky beer kind of thing because it's only 4% ABV. So I'm going to go ahead and give that a thumbs up with the gold thumb. Thumbs up. By the way, Julie will not be here today because she, again, I mentioned earlier, she is on the Jersey Shore and she is out there. I think it's for a bachelorette party. So have fun on the Jersey Shore, Jules. I'm trying to remember Margate. I think it's in Jersey. I think it's on the Jersey Shore. Margate, and Margate is where I don't think it's New Hampshire. I think it's New Jersey, and Margate is where the Margate elephant is. And the Margate elephant is this huge elephant that you can go up and has a thing on the top of it and everything. It's huge and it's very, very old and very, very roadside attraction-ish. So I don't know if that's where she is or not. What part of the Jersey Shore? Jersey has a long shore. It has quite a big shore. What was the beer called? The beer is Cerveza Bahia Lager. Oh, there we go. So yeah, actually really good. I don't know if you can get it in the States or not. You like I would try a place like Total Wine and More. They carry a lot of international beers. Is that right? So yeah, this being from Guatemala. If you get a chance to try it, it's very light. Doesn't have that beer skunkiness and everything, especially for a lager. It's actually pretty good. It's just an easily drinkable beer, and gets a thumbs up. Her name is Lucy. Lucy is the Margate elephant. Oh, okay, I've never seen Lucy. I've never been to Margate. Now, Ishand, is this on the Jersey Shore? Is Lucy on the Jersey Shore? I'm pretty sure she's on the shore. But I'm not sure. All right. Our question was, what is Guatemala's national bird? Let's see. Miguel Rangel said the quetzal. Isan said the Guatemalan goonie bird. There actually is a goonie bird, something called a goonie bird. Janice Yamanaka said the resplendent quetzal. Yes, you're correct. It is the resplendent quetzal, or just quetzal would be fine. And I don't know if you've ever seen a quetzal. It's a beautiful bird. It's mostly green, has some yellow and black in it, has a crest on it, that goes the whole length of its head, and then it has this long, beautiful tail, in different colors and everything. I'll say. Absolutely beautiful. I can see why they would want to make that their national bird. All right. And again, unless I specify otherwise, everything that we're trying is a product of Colombia. And again, this was not. This was a product of Guatemala. Yes, she is on the shore. I don't know how long Julie's going to be there. Maybe she comes back today. I should find out, because if she's there, she go to Margate. I think is Margate the city? Is Margate the place? I need to let her know somehow. I'm gonna text her, and I'm gonna say, if you're near Margate, check out Lucy the Elephant. Let's see. You know, I mean, she's doing bachelorette party stuff, but let's see. I don't know what part of the Jersey Shore she's on. If you're, I'm talking and typing because I can't just type and do something else at the same time. I think Margate is the town. I'm not sure. Now, I don't know if it's because of Julie's generation, the person that's getting married, that it's like the Jersey Shore is the Jersey Shore, like the TV show kind of thing. So I think you can have fun like just about anywhere, but Margate, you should check out Lucy the Elephant. There we go. Let's see if she responds. Let's see if she goes. That'd be fun. I've always wanted to see Lucy. We have 7 species of birds regularly visiting our feeders. So which I would imagine you got a lot of mountain birds. So you probably have blue jays. You probably have cardinals. Maybe cedar waxwings. What else? Cowbirds, mockingbirds. What else do you have, Tom? What else do you get there? There's some fascinating birds here. There's one, it sounds like a squeak toy. And it's actually a, what do they call that? Like a raptor, right? Well, it's not like an eagle or anything. It's a kite, and it's a white-tailed kite, and they hover. So like you'll be watching them fly, and then all of a sudden they just stop, and they just kind of like do this with their wings, and they're just hovering, and they're just like looking for something to eat. They just kind of hover. It's pretty cool. There was a big brown bird that landed in the yard the other day. I have no idea what it was. It was probably about that big, had a long brown tail. We do get mockingbirds here. Margate is about 5 or 6 miles south of Atlantic City. If she is in AC, I don't know. Like, where did that show, the Jersey Shore, take place? Because I think that's probably where they went. They wanted to do something that was like adjacent to where the show Jersey Shore took place. All right, let's dig into our first snack. Today's grab bag is from, I'm going to say it's from Market Basket, where your dollar goes, where you get more for your dollar. Now, I know this says Demoulas. It's because the Demoula family opened up Demoulas, which became Market Basket. So all the Market Baskets were originally Demoulas. So this is our Demoulas Market Basket. And if you've not heard of Demoulas or Market Basket, it's because you don't live in the Northeast, because that's where they're located. So I am pretty excited about this. You guys are probably well versed in the legend of the gas leak cookies. So there is, I think, maybe Cream is the brand name, and they make durian cookies. So I think recently we posted an episode where we were in Liverpool, and we had the kids that were in Liverpool. They tried these durian wafers for the first time. I think we've done durian wafers on the show multiple times. We had, let's see, I think. The girls, my granddaughters, we had them try the durian wafers and everything. I don't think I'm a big fan. This is similar, but this is, anybody recognize that fruit? That is guanabana. Guanabana. So these are guanabana Italo wafers. Comestibles Italo was founded in 1928 by the Gogol family in Bogota, Colombia. So again, these are guanabana flavored. Now, guanabana is a popular fruit down here. I don't know if it's popular in the United States or not, but it is popular here. I think it's a Caribbean fruit. generically living fruit. They grow pretty large, actually. Some of them. I did some footage at the market the other day, and I took some video of the guanabana that what they had for sale, and they're like literally the size of a human head. I mean, they're huge. Some of these are huge. I want to get one to do an episode, but I don't want to have to buy a whole one. Typically, what they get used for is shakes. Well, I think we've done guanabana ice cream before, but typically what they make with it is shakes. And down here, I don't mean like, I mean, you know, like a milkshake. And down here, you can either have it made with milk, with water, or miti, which is kind of like a little water, a little milk. So it's called guanabana. It's a very, very popular food. It supposedly has some cancer curing agents in it. I sincerely doubt it, but that's the rumor. So we're going to try these Italo guanabana wafers. So again, this fruit, let's see if we can get closer to that. This fruit, that's guanabana. So here's a question for you. What is the English language name for guanabana? So if you find it in the States, you might find it as guanabana. You might find it as something else. What is the English language name for guanabana? I don't recall the names. Oh, except for, you get magpies there too. Yeah. We went to Northern California because we eventually wanted to see all, I think it's 21 of the California missions. And one of the ones we were in Northern California, and there were magpies all over the place. They're black and white birds, members of they're corvids. So they're members of the same family that crows and ravens come from. And mynas. So I think maybe they talk too. I don't know. I'm not sure. But yeah, they're pretty cool. You also have hummingbirds too. Yeah, hummingbirds are all over the place. They're different varieties of them. There's some there's some big hummingbirds here. I mean, like, you know, really big ones or anything. But I think there's hummingbirds in a lot of different countries, but there's different varieties of hummingbirds. Julie did not respond, so hopefully she'll get that message. And if she's near Margate, she will check out Lucy the Elephant. That'll be it. All right, these are a little bit wider typically than these wafers are. Now, the thing that I find fascinating is there's the Department of Health's warning that it's excess in azúcares, excess sugar, and exceso en grasas saturadas, excess saturated fat. But to be honest with you, they're not overly sweet. Some of these, like, they call them sugar wafers. Some of these sugar wafers can be really, really sweet. This one is not. This one you get is maybe it's like you get more wafers and less filling. That definitely has that guanabana flavor to it. And it is it's not natural flavors. Those are nice. A little bit of sweetness, a little bit of tartness. Yeah, kind of dry though. But they always are. I'm gonna gotta give that a thumbs up. What's the thumbs up? So our question was, what is the English language name for guanabana? Let's see, did anybody answer that? I don't think so. I'll give you a second if you want to throw that out there. Anybody? What is the English language name for guanabana? Guanabana. Do 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 do. Guanabana. Do 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 do. That's, if you guys want to look that up, it's Guanabana. Guanabana. Nobody? All right. English language version. The English language name for guanabana is soursop. Soursop. So I didn't see anybody answer that. So I apologize if I missed your answer and I jumped on your train or wagon or whatever you want to put it. All right, cool. All righty. So we are into our second snack now. Let's see how we're doing for time. We're doing okay. We're about halfway through. We do 4 snacks per hour. I think we're doing okay. All right, let's see what's next. Ooh, those. Yeah. These are guava flavored guava fruit bites. Now, I see it says acido here. Acido means acid. I don't know what to think. Like, if I eat this, is it gonna like burn a hole through the bottom of my mouth and just fall out, and then just go through the first floor and down to the basement? And it's like an aliens, like their blood. What is this acid? I'm not sure what the acid is. But these are fruit bites, and they are bites of guayaba. And guayaba, the English language name for guayaba is guava. So they're guava bites. Now, to me, you can see like the sugar crystals just on the picture. And so my guess is that this is like cubes of guava paste, sort of what they use for, what do they call those? They're like they take caramel and they sandwich the caramel between two pieces of the, hang on. Sneeze coming. Sorry about that. But it gave me time to think about it. It's a bocadillo. So bocadillo is where they take the guava paste and they put like a thin layer of caramel between there. They call that a bocadillo. Bocadillo is Spanish. It's like a Spanish sandwich. In Spain, a bocadillo is a sandwich. I think it's ham and something else. But here in Colombia, a bocadillo is this guava paste with a thin layer of like caramel between it. So these are guava fruit bites, and they are from Gustar. And Gustar was founded in 1992 by William Herman Munero Meja and Alberto Enrique Conio Cardenas in La Estrella, Colombia. So as long as we're talking about guava, what is the name of the shirt worn by people who pick guavas? What is the name of the shirt worn by people who pick guavas? You guys probably have heard the name of the shirt without realizing that the people who pick guavas wear that shirt. Maybe it means citric acid because there's citric acid in everything. Probably. Let's see. Let's look at the ingredients here. Pulpa de guayaba, azúcar. It always pleases me to see sugar in the, what, dude? What is it? Go get it. Go kill them. It always pleases me to see sugar in here as opposed to like high fructose corn syrup and stuff. It seems like everything down here has real sugar in it. Yeah, citric acid. You're right, Tom. I don't know why they have to put it in like big letters out here. Hey, Adam, how you doing? Glad you could make it. The guava cooking shirt. That's funny. Guava beater shirt. I'm gonna put on my guava beater and watch the game. All right, here we go. Doodle, thank you for keeping South America safe. Thank you for your service, Doodle. I found Fitzel's protein pretzels, chili lime flavored. We did Fitzel's before, but we didn't do the chili lime one. That sounds pretty good. Doodle, what's going on? Huh? What's going on? Are there bad guys trying to get them? Can you get them? Can you go get the bad guys? I will give you another snack at the top of the hour. So come back here in 20 minutes and you can have another snack. I don't want to give you, too many snacks. You just fill up on snacks and you won't eat your dinner. Wow, that's kind of a, like, if you look at the package, you would think that they're maybe that size. It doesn't say like actual size or illustration shown larger than whatever, but that's how big they are. They kind of look like gummies. Oh, there's the sugar. Very tart. Really tart. Yeah. I kind of don't remember guava being that tart. So maybe it's they add citric acid to it. The citric acid makes it really tart. Maybe that's what it is. They just say acido because they add like citric acid to make it tart, which is typically not that tart. Well, guava is not really a tart fruit. That is really tart. Okay, so the sugar is kind of like on the outside. It's more like a gummy. So the sugar is kind of on the outside. So it's not like a bocadillo, which is like a guava paste, which has sugar in it all the way through it. So you do get that kind of crystallized sugar sensation on the outside, but not necessarily the inside. You get the guava flavor, but there's also that acid flavor, that sourness in there that makes it kind of nice. It's a nice departure. They're small, so you can regulate how many you eat. I like them. I'm going to give them a thumbs up. Okay. Our question is, what is the name of the shirt worn by people who pick guavas? Let's see. We had guava beater shirt. We have Miguel Rangel said guayabanas. Let's see, what else? Janice Yamanaka said guayabera. Guava nectar is good too. It is. We have a guava tree in the backyard, and we have a freezer full of guavas. Just because there were so many off the tree, we just couldn't juice them or use them for baking or whatever. We couldn't use them all, so we have a refrigerator full of them, or a freezer full of them, and then we get to use them a little bit at a time. It's almost guava season again, at least for our tree. It's like it's spring all year round here, so a lot of it has to do with when something's planted, is when it blooms. So there's little buds on the trees, and I've seen the guava buds on the trees. So we're gonna have guava soon. Yes, you are correct. It is guayabera, and if you've ever seen a guayabera, like an actual authentic guayabera means guy who picks guava, and they have usually four pockets, two here, two down here. And the reason they have those little pockets is because guavas aren't big. And so when you're going to pick guavas, you're like, doop, 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 you're putting them in your pockets. So guayabera is the name for those. Doodle, good job. No, I can't give you another snack right now. You got to pace yourself, brother. Pace yourself, okay? I'll give you another snack in a little bit. Hey, Sonic is here. And Pierre Alexandra Clement is here. Welcome, Pierre. A long time no see. Glad you could make it. I love guava. Yeah. Again, we had so much we didn't know what to do with it. So it's a big tree, actually, a really big tree, and there were probably literally thousands of guava on this tree. So there are other different types of guava in the yard, smaller ones. We'll have to see what happens. What comes up. We have. What else do we have? We have durazno, which was peaches in the front yard. We have. I think it's like 2 or 3 different kinds of lime and or lemon. We don't have any oranges. What else do we have? We have, I think that's about it. Now, I did plant peppers, different kinds of peppers. So I did ají rojo and ají amarillo. I did habanero. I did jalapeno, and I did poblano peppers. They're coming up. I can't tell what they are now, but in one of the pots when I planted pepper, I planted them from seeds. I bought the seeds. I planted them from seeds, and in one of the pots, a tomato plant came up, and so it's this one tiny tomato on the plant. It's about that big, and it's just turning red right now. So I think I'm going to film a quickie, and I'm going to go out and eat that little tomato that just showed up one day. I hope you're not sick. Well, you're too late, Sonic, because I am. So I think I have a sinus infection or ear infection, something like that. But, it just messes with the whole works. Do you want to come up, Doodle? You can come up, but I can't give you a snack, okay? No snack yet, but you come up. Doodle, Prince of Darkness, everybody. You can say hi? You got to say hi. I'm going to bring you up here. Where's your brother? Oh, he's down there. He's asleep. Okay. Yeah, you can stay here. All right. No snacks, though, okay? No snacks yet. All right, but you can stay up here. Sunny California is crazy. First it's cold, then it's really warm, then hot, windy. Hope you get well, though. Thank you very much, Sonic. Yeah, here the weather is, I don't want to say the weather is consistent. The climate is kind of consistent. So it's like it's always spring. So every day you might go out and you're like, oh my God, it's hot today. It's not hot. It's the same temperature as it was yesterday, which was 70 degrees. It's just that there's no clouds. And so because you're close to the equator, and because you're at an altitude of 7,000 feet where we are here, is that you're getting the radiation of the sun on you, and you can feel that heat, the heat from the radiation from the sun. It's not hotter. It's just that you have the sun on you, and you can feel that and feel the sun on you. On some other days, people are like, "Oh my God, it's cold." Well, they feel cold because the wind picks up. It's a little bit windy. It's overcast, and you don't have the sun beating directly down on you. And they're like, "Oh, it's cold today." It's like, no, it's 70 degrees. The plants love it, so you don't have to worry about like, "Oh my God, do I need to take the plants in because it's going to be cold?" Oh my God, are these plants going to burn because it's hot out and everything? So you don't have to worry about that. You do need to water the plants on a regular basis, which I do. So, Doodle, Janice says hi. Janice says hi, Doodle. You want to say hi? You want to say hi to Janice? She's over there. She's over there, Doodle. You want to say hi? Yeah. I don't want to put words in his mouth. Maybe he doesn't want to say. Yeah, he wants a snack, is what he wants. So, I can't blame him. Got to know what side of the bread your butter is on. Right? He is a good dog. He's a good boy. Canelo's a good boy too. He's a little bit of a mischief maker, though, but he's a good boy. We take him out, and I'll wait outside the store because can't bring him in the store. I'll wait outside the store. Claudia will go in the store, and he'll be like, "Ah, ah," like screaming, like the whole, everyone in town hears this dog going, "Ah, ah," like, what's the matter with the dog? It's like, she's in the store. So, all right, Doodle, you can stay. You can stay here, but I gotta kind of work around you, okay? It's harder to work around you than Canelo because Canelo's smaller, but he's like, I need you to pet me. All right, so we got a show to do, that Doodle, and you're welcome to join me in the show, and I can't give you another snack for I know you want a snack. I know, and your meal time's not till 4 p.m. What time is it now? Yeah. You typically don't eat till 4 p.m., so it's too early to eat food, and you just had a snack. So we're gonna pace you, and I will give you another snack in half an hour. All right, so we're going to do these. You might recognize the logo, you might not. These are La Especial Aguila 0.0 peanuts. Now, it's kind of odd. There is Aguila is obviously a beer. Maybe not obvious, but Aguila is a beer, and they're promoting a 0.0 alcohol version of Aguila. And so these are La Especial Aguila 0.0 peanuts. So I'm thinking it's supposed to taste like Aguila 0.0. I don't know, but we're going to try them anyways. So these are from Mani, which means peanuts. Mani La Especial. Mani La Especial was created by Compañía Nacional de Chocolate, a division of Grupo Nutresa, and Compañía Nacional de Chocolate was founded in Medellin, Colombia by Rafael J. Meja in 1920. All right. So again, I hope they are mimicking the flavor of Aguila 0.0 beer. So here's our question. Our question is, what is the English language translation of the word Aguila? Aguila. What is the English language translation of the word Aguila? Yes, it is, Sonic. You can't have these. I mean, maybe you can, but I don't want to clean up after you. I don't know what he's going to do to your delicate little dog system. Well, let's be fair, dogs do not have a delicate system. They can tolerate more stuff than we can. It's just that some stuff is like really bad for them, like onions, garlic, great, but in particular the skin. So raisins, they shouldn't have raisins. I thought olives was in that group, but it turns out that olive oil is good for them because it helps their coat. He doesn't wear a coat; he wears a jacket because it's not that cold here. All right, well, they just look like peanuts. Let me get this one so you don't eat that, Doodle, because I just don't know what's on there. All right, here we go. La Especial Aguila 0.0 Mani peanuts. Ooh. Wow. That's a unique flavor. Reminds me of chili picante corn nuts. Yeah, but don't taste anything like corn nuts. I'm getting lime. There's a lime flavor there. If there's a beer flavor there, it's subtle. A little salty, but really kind of that sour lime flavor. That's a nice snack. That will make you thirsty. If you eat those in a bar, I'm going to make you thirsty. I'm going to make you buy drinks. They're actually pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead and give them the gold thumbs up on those. Those are actually pretty good. So our question was, what is the English language translation of the word aguila? I thought that was funny that Sonic said, nice eagle on the snack. Janice Yamanaka said, eagle. It is, in fact, yes, eagle. Aguila is eagle. Now, aguila, again, it's probably the most popular beer in, at least in Colombia. So it is like the Budweiser of Colombia, aguila. We might have done like an aguila, something with aguila before. Like, I don't think we would just done one of their beers, but we probably used it for like Rafajo or something like that. All right, yes, it is eagle. All right. I think we got one more, and then we're into our soft drink. Oops. What did I do here? Oh, okay. Having a dog is signing up to have an unofficial poison test for all snacks. Yeah, we have to be really, really careful. We have to be really careful with Doodle, not so much, but Canelo. If you drop something, like Doodle will go up and sniff and go like, I don't know if I'm supposed to eat that or not. Canelo would just like go for it. The thing is, we found Canelo on the road. We were walking into town. He walked up to us. He was like hanging out with Doodle. He's like, hey, dude, how's it going? What's your name? Doodle? Oh, okay, cool. And he just kind of like stuck along with us. And we're like, well, where's he from? There was a woman walking in the opposite direction. We asked her, is this your dog? And she says, no, he's been following us. We couldn't find him. So we walked back, into the village, and we took him with us, and we were hoping to find somebody who was looking for their dog. So when we were in town, we took him to the vet because we looked to see if anybody reported a missing dog. And then we went to the vet. We took him to the vet. He was covered in fleas. He's missing like his bottom front teeth, and he was skinny as hell. So, and most we could figure is he was abandoned or born out, outdoors or something. We couldn't figure out. So we took him to the vet. They got him his shots. He was a lot skinnier than he is now. He's put on a little weight since we've had him, but yeah, he was out there all by himself, a little dog like that. He would have got eaten by a big dog. Who knows? But dogs and cats make good pets too. Well, sometimes they can be a little bit of trouble, but Doodle is like rambunctious, but he's harmless. It's funny because both Doodle and Canelo are both Chihuahuas. We think they're Chihuahuas. Who really knows unless we go to like Ancestry.com for dogs. We assume that they're Chihuahuas. They look like Chihuahuas, but Chihuahuas are typically like high strung and aggressive. And neither one of them are really, really aggressive. The only thing is that Canelo, when he plays, will bite. Not bite like to draw blood, but bite like put his teeth on you. Just put his teeth on you and everything. So he'll do that, but he's not vicious or anything. They're not like typical Chihuahuas. So, all right, Doodle, I need to continue. You okay? You gonna work with me here? All right, cool. I'm gonna take that as a yes. All right, so let's grab our next snack before our beverage. Okay, these are Super Ricas potato sticks. They call them fosforitos. They're potato sticks. Super Ricas potato sticks. Comestibles Ricas was founded in 1961 by Carlos Eduardo Silva in Bogota, Colombia, and incorporated in 1972. So what product is Carlos Eduardo Silva credited with inventing in 1961? What product is Carlos Eduardo Silva credited with inventing in 1961? All right, so let's go ahead and try this. Now, in Colombia, what people use these for is to put on tomato soup. So they will put these potatoes. You guys, you've had potato sticks. They have like French's. French's makes potato sticks and everything. I remember when we first moved to Malden, Massachusetts, when I was a kid. I was like 6 years old. When we first moved to Massachusetts, and we didn't have anything, and we didn't have food in the house or anything because we had just gotten there. And I remember we had a can. I don't know if it was French's, but we had a can of potato sticks, and that was like our first meal in our new home was potato sticks. All right. Your dogs are the chillest Chihuahuas. They are. They really are. It's surprising. Asian potato sticks and onion rings. I don't know if I've had Asian potato sticks. I know I think maybe they're almost like French fries. They're bigger, if I'm not mistaken. Those are like well done. You can see that they're a little bit brown. These are I would call those well done. But again, they mostly put these on tomato soup. Doodle, how did you end up on the table? You can stay there if you're going to be good, but don't eat anything. All right, you can stay there, just don't eat anything. Now, I was going to say these just basically taste like potato sticks, but that's not necessarily true, because these do have kind of like a well done taste. They don't have skins on them. Where's that light coming from? There we go. But they're definitely, like, I would call them well done, but not burnt. Really nice potato flavor. Nice, char on them, if that's what you want to call that. Crunchy, not stale. Those are pretty good. Especially for, if you're going to compare those to other potato sticks and everything, they're pretty good, and they're going to get a thumbs up. It's not a big departure. It's not like, anything, and there goes Doodle. It's not like it's anything, really crazy or, wild or anything else like that, but a really nice flavor, nice crunch. Yeah, thumbs up. Let's see, did they have a warning on them? They do not. I always like, that's the cool thing about Colombia and other countries in Latin America, is that they have that little, black stop sign here to tell you that there's like too much sugar, like these, exceso en azúcares, excess sugar. This does not have excess sugar. This does not have excess salt. What you would think the potato sticks would have excess salt, excess sodium, exceso and sodium. It does not. So that's nice. Dog's nose is sensitive to any food smells. Well, yeah, and that's because the longer the nose, look who's talking, right? The longer the nose, the more olfactory sensors they have in their nose. So, like a dog, like a German Shepherd or a Dachshund, or they have that long nose, they can smell more. A dog with like kind of a pushed-in nose, like a Boston Terrier or a Bulldog, they're not going to have that same sense of smell, because they're going to have fewer olfactory sensors in their nose. But the longer the snout, the more sensors they have, and they do have like an incredible sense of smell. It's like I can open. He likes pear cheese. We've done pear cheese on the live stream before. He likes pear cheese, and if I'm in the kitchen and I open up a package of pear cheese, he can smell it from across the apartment. And he comes running. He's like, "Oh, you're opening some pear cheese. Cool, because I want some." Hey, Steve Russell is here. Welcome, Steve Russell. Let me just ask you, did I miss anybody else? Did I miss anybody else who came into the room? Steve, welcome. I see that you're here, but I just want to make sure that I got everybody. Again, can't be the beer. We're not so big that that we can miss people. So just keep me honest, and if we see somebody come into the room that I don't see, let me know. Cheese is great on the nose. Yeah, he'll smell cheese from across the house. So, alrighty. So I think. We did ask a question. What product is Carlos Eduardo Silva credited with invented in 1961? I don't see anybody answer that. No. So in 1961, Carlos Eduardo Silva invented the Papa Pollo, the chicken flavored potato chip, in 1961. And when we say chicken flavored down here, it's not like an artificial chicken flavor. It's actually flavored with chicken. So, which it would be a nice thing in the States. You're making a potato chip with meat flavor. It should have meat in it, or some sort of meat derivative in it, and they typically don't. Bishop heard the magic word now, so I hope the crowd's like, "Oh, you use the word cheese out loud. That'll do it. That'll do it every time." Or as I use the word cheese and he heard it. So, all right, that one's on me. Credit our account for that one. All right, so now we are into our beverage. And this is, I believe the product line is called HIT. It might not be called HIT because it's uppercase H, lowercase I, uppercase T. Maybe it's HIT. I don't know. They don't tell me. And this is Lulo, Jugo de Lulo, a Lugo juice. Now, the thing is, I'm a little bit disappointed because this also has pear juice in it. Like, just do Lulo juice, right? Now, one of the reasons that I did this today is because I want to say on Friday we released an episode where it was a request. Maybe I want to say Adam Heb requested that we do a Four Loko float. And so we did a Four Loko float, but what we wanted to do was use a flavor of Four Loko that is not available in the States, that is only available here. And fortunately, they had a Lulo flavor. So Lulo is a fruit, looks a little bit like a persimmon, maybe something like a persimmon. And we did the Lulo, the Lulo Four Loko float. So we used regular vanilla ice cream because I didn't want to, I didn't want something to change the flavor. And I made like a Lulo sauce. So basically I took Lulo and I juiced them and then I cooked that down with some sugar and I used that as like a sauce to go on top of it. And I was actually really, really surprised. So that video we put up on Friday. So if you get a chance, check that out. Four Loko float, which was a request by, I believe, Adam Heb. So this is just Lulo juice and we're going to try the Lulo juice. And unfortunately, they put pear juice in it, so hopefully it doesn't take too much away. Have you tried the new Lay's Argentinian-style steak with chimichurri? No, Miguel, and the reason I haven't tried that, one second. And the reason I haven't tried that is because they're not available here. So what Lay's did was internationally, because there were, I guess, 40 teams that are competing in the World Cup, they did 40 flavors worldwide. And they think in the United States, you could get 3, and one of those was the Lay's Argentinian style steak. So what we did was, I think you have to go to one of our shorts. We did the one that's available in Colombia, which is agao. And agao, I think you guys have seen me make agao for, we did a live stream where we were making, what was it that we made in the live stream? Oh, it was the pescuezo sandwich. And we made agao to go on the top of it. So agao is kind of like a salsa, and it's made with tomato, onion, and butter. And some things they kind of simmer in that sauce, but it has a very unique flavor, and it's really, really good. And so the Lay's flavor that was available here, and it was available as margarita. So margarita is Lay's down here in Colombia, and it was agao flavor. So we did that as a short. I won't tell you how that went, but again, that's one of the flavors that's not available in the United States, but is available in Colombia and is not available in other countries. But there are 40 total, and so some countries have unique ones that are not available in any other country, and that's the one that we did. So we have not tried the Argentine style steak with chimichurri because it's available in the United States, but it was not available here. I think Joshua Maxwell did that one, and he gave us a shout out for it, and so we gave him a shout out back when we did ours. So so check out Joshua Maxwell's review of the Argentine style steak with chimichurri. I think we linked it. I'm not sure. Okay, like A1 steak sauce potato chips. I don't think I've ever had A1 steak sauce potato. A1 steak sauce is awesome on fries, especially like the steak fries. Really, really good on steak fries. So I imagine they would go really, really well on potato chips. But do they make an A1 steak sauce flavored chips? Is there some company that makes those? I would check that out. All right, so we're going to try this Lulo juice. Let's see. Okay, HIT or HIT. I'm not sure. HIT is a product line of Postobon. You know Postobon, right? HIT is a product line of Postobon, which was founded in 1904 by Gabriel Posada and Valerio Tobon in Medellin, Colombia. So again, and this was a trivia question before, so you guys probably know the answer to this. What is Postobon's most popular flavor of soda? Again, what is Postobon's most popular flavor of soda? We have done it on this channel. And I'm sure we mentioned it. Oh, they're both sleeping. They're both sleeping right there. They're so... I wish I could like move the camera and show you, but then I would never get it back in the right place. They're just like, they're adorable. Okay, so the thing is, I think the reason they add pear juice to this is to kind of tone it down a little bit uh, because lulo is very, very tart. If you watch the episode where we made the Four Loco lulo float, we actually tasted lulo. We cut into a lulo and we tried the fruit bite. So it is very tart. And so I think they probably add the pear juice then and kind of take the tartness away from it. It does have that lulo flavor in it, but it misses that kind of tartness when you're eating a ripe lulo. It's not bad. I don't know. I didn't see any warnings on this, so I don't know that there's a lot of sugar in here. I think maybe the thing is they just use the pear juice to sweeten it up. Now, I don't see like again, this would have a warning on it, a little black octagon that would say like exceso and azúcares, but it does not. So I don't think there's sugar in here. It might be good entry level. Like if you wanted to see what lulo tasted like, as opposed to juicing a lulo, which is going to be tart, this one might be a little bit better because it's going to be kind of mellow. Lulo looks kind of orangish. You know, the actual lulo itself. The lulo Four Loco looked like lemonade. It was that yellowish color, and this one's kind of greenish. So I don't know. It's like it varies. Yeah, I'm gonna give it a thumbs up. I don't know that I would drink. I've gone to some, but like in some hotels where they have like a buffet breakfast, and some of them have lulo juice, which is like fresh squeezed lulo, and it's actually really good. And it's probably kind of a little like this color. It's pretty good. I don't know that I would want to just down this whole bottle and everything, but it's pretty good. Thumbs up. Maybe not an enthusiastic thumbs up, but thumbs up nonetheless. It's actually pretty good. All right. So our question was, what is Post Bone's most popular flavor of soda? Let's see. Sonic says passion fruit. Janice Yamanaka says apple. It is, in fact, manzana, which is apple. So it is apple. I think somebody said green apple, but it doesn't really taste like green apple. It more tastes like a crisp red apple. But yeah, manzana is pretty good. We just filmed an episode on Rafajo, and one of them is a like a pre-mixed can of Rafajo, which has, I think it's Andina beer and Posta Bone manzana, like the apple manzana, and it's their version of it. And so yeah, we just filmed an episode that should be out soon, I think. Alrighty, so let's see. Let's try this. I don't think it's going to be that bad. Again, because this is a 4.0 ABV, so it's not going to have that that killer beer taste. It's just a kind of a mellow lager. Let's try this. Yeah, I think the nice thing is that that adding the beer to that kind of takes the edge off that sweetness, and then it doesn't have that like. It's not a strong lager, and so that it doesn't have that overpowering beer flavor to it. They complement each other. I think, if I'm not mistaken, there is a Brooder beer that is a lulo flavored Brooder beer. I'm going to check to see if we've already done that. If we've not done that, Brooder is all over the place here, and so we can, they have little, I guess you would call them brew pubs here. Let's see if I can get the brew. If we did not already do that, I'm going to get one of the Brooder lulo flavored beers, and that's probably what it's going to probably taste like. This. Are you tired of Colombia yet, Steve? No, give me another 10 years or so, and I'll let you know. Well, we'll see. Like I can't say for certain one way or the other. Like I'm always going to be here, or I'm always going to be somewhere else, or I want to be somewhere else, or anything. I am where the wind takes me, but right now it's pretty damn good here. So climate is perfect. The people are wonderful. I'm learning a lot more Spanish. The food is amazing. It's more affordable to live here, so there's no complaints. Like I guess I would get tired of it if I was bored, but I'm not bored because there's always something new and exciting and fun and stuff to do. So it is. Hey, Nashies is here. Welcome, Nashies. Glad you can make it. Yeah, it is wonderful. I mean, I think it's wonderful. That's just me. If you have reservations about being in a Spanish-speaking country, you might not. The very first time that I ever came to, like I've been here off and on, for vacations and stuff like that. I've been here off and on since like about 2004. I remember the first time I came here, and we were in Bogota, downtown Bogota, walking around. Like we get to the airport, and I see like soldiers walking around with machine guns. And I'm thinking, I'm like, what kind of place is this? The soldiers are walking around with machine guns. And then we go downtown and we see like soldiers walking around downtown and everything. No, I've never seen them use it. I didn't see them point at anybody. I didn't see them, try to intimidate with anybody with it, but they were there. And so one of the days I was there, we were down looking at some of the old churches, because some of the churches here, they go back to the 1500s. And I was looking at some of the old churches downtown, and I noticed that down this side street there was a kind of this cool looking church down there, and I was going to check it out. And I go, oh, I want to go down there and check out that church. And then I thought to myself, no, I better not go down there. There's no soldiers down there. And then the bell went off. It's like, oh, there's not a lot of crime here. There's not a lot of violence here and everything. It's because they're there, right? So once I accepted that they're just there and they're there for your protection, no problem. So like, I have not experienced any violence. I have not experienced any, like, I know people that have, and people who are Colombian who have experienced that. I know people that have break-ins. I know people that have been robbed and stuff like that. But it's just the same as you could get in LA or New York or Boston or Chicago or whatever. So yeah, nice. More importantly, are you tired of Colombia Yeti? I wonder if Colombia has a cryptid. I wonder, because like United States seems to have the market on cryptids. Like you have Nessie, right? Is it Nessie? No. Nessie's the Loch Ness monster. It's Champ. Champ is the Lake Champlain monster. We have the Mothman. We have what else do we have? Chupacabra, which is like, I don't know if it's Mexico or the southwestern United States. Chupacabra. We definitely have Sasquatch or Bigfoot or whatever you want to call him. Yeah, Mothman, I think, is also one of the U.S. ones. We did this cool episode. It was in Portland, Oregon. So it's a Portland, Oregon episode. So we've done a bunch of things, but one of the things we did was that we went to the Cryptozoology Museum, and that was pretty cool. The Cryptozoology Museum. So introduced us to a bunch of these cryptozoological creatures that even I wasn't familiar with. But I don't know that there's not like people are like, oh, watch out, or the chupacabra will get you. There doesn't seem to be anything like that down here. So I need to find out. But I haven't heard of anything like that. Flatwoods monster, but that was an alien. When I was growing up, there was a sighting of something called the Melon Man, and it was supposedly this green man who had very long, thin limbs, was about 3 feet tall, and had like a melon-shaped head, and they called him the Melon Man. And there were like a couple of sightings of the Melon Man, but obviously nobody had pictures. So who knows? Who the hell knows? Maybe it was a little kid in a costume. Who really knows? Alrighty, so let's get into our second round of snacks. How are we doing on time? We're doing okay. Maybe about 15 minutes in, but that's okay. These looked very interesting. We have done Vienna sausage before. These are we have done Zenu products before. So this is Zenu Salchichas Vienna Sabor Limon, which is lime flavored Vienna sausage. And these are from Industria de Alimentos Zenu. It was founded in 1957 by Eduardo Ospina Vasquez in Medellin, Colombia. But the company has since been acquired by Fábrica de Galletas Noel in the 1960s, and it is now part of Grupo Nutresa. Okay, so these are Vienna sausage, which are from Vienna. Here's a question for you. What is the German word for Viennese? What is the German word for something that comes from Vienna? What is the German word for Viennese? You guys know this. We have the Jersey Devil. Yeah, Jersey. There are 4 cryptids in Colombia. What does it say the cryptids are, Janice? I'm going to be honest with you. The only thing that I would classify as like a large mammal here is dogs. I have not there. I don't know if there's coyotes. I don't know if there's wolves. I don't think there are. I haven't seen any like wild cats. I haven't seen any. I haven't seen any skunks, raccoons, kinkajous. Nothing. Capybaras. They're in the Amazon. They're not out here and everything. I haven't seen rats or mice. So, I mean, I'm sure they're here. There's not a proliferation of them. We have a bird feeder out back. And I'm growing vegetables here. And back in LA, there was a squirrel that would come and eat my vegetables. So he would eat my jalapenos. And here, like, nothing bothers the bird feeder and nothing bothers the vegetables. Like, I don't know where the mammals are. I don't know where they are. There probably are some. I just have not seen them. How tropical humid is it out there? Humidity is not bad at all. We are in the Andes Mountains. So typically your humidity is going to be more in the coastal area. So like Cartagena, which is on the coast, on the Caribbean coast or the Atlantic coast. Cartagena is humid. It's like Florida. It's humid 365 days a year, which is really annoying. I could not live in Cartagena. Cartagena is a beautiful city, and it was a nice city to visit, but I could not live there because of the humidity, just like I could never live in Florida. Doodle wants back up. So if you guys have not seen Doodle, it's Doodle. I think maybe he smells the Vienna sausage. Doodle smells the Vienna sausage, so he wants to come back up again. So yeah, it doesn't get humid here. Now, again, I think I mentioned this earlier, Port Manatee, but you might not have been here. You weren't here. Welcome, Port Manatee. So here, on days when it's not cloudy and days when there's no breeze, it feels hot. So you're like, oh my God, it feels hot today. It's not hot. It's the same temperature as it was the day before yesterday and the day after tomorrow. 70 degrees. 70 degrees is like, it's like 70 degrees every single day. But when there's no clouds and there's no wind, you're getting the sun directly on you. We are at an altitude of 7,000 feet close to the equator. And so you're getting the radiation of the sun directly on you. You can feel it. It just feels really, really hot. Consequently, when it's cloudy or windy or rainy, people think, oh my God, it's cold. It's not cold. It's still 70 degrees. It's just that you don't have that sun beating down on you and you don't feel that heat. But it's the same temperature all year round. And again, because we're in the mountains, it's dry up here and everything, that humidity is really low. They also think that's really nice about this area up here in the Andes is that not a lot of high pollen count. So if you have allergies and stuff like that, it's kind of nice. The foremost notable are the monster of Lake Tota, the Pinchaque, the Tigre Dantero, and the Cayere. I'm gonna have to look those up because that sounds fascinating. I'm gonna have to go look I was gonna say I have to go find them, but cryptids typically don't exist. People think they exist, but they don't. So either that or they think it's something else. Like this is what I've heard. I've heard that sightings of unicorns, like people who first said, "Hey, I've seen this horse with a long horn on its head and everything." Turned out to be a rhino. They had not seen a rhino before, so all they can think of is it's a horse with a horn on their head, and then that image stuck, and it became a unicorn. But I don't know if that's true or not. That's just a story I've heard. Is that the rhino was mistaken for a unicorn? So possibly true, possibly not. I don't know. All right, I need the dish for this because this is messy because these are wet. Doodle, I am not going to let you have this because I don't know what's in it. It might be garlic, might be onion, might be all kinds of stuff that's bad for you. So I'm not going to. Let's see. Does this have any warnings on it? It does. So it says exceso en sodio and exceso en grasas saturadas. So high in or excess saturated fat and excess sodium. It's a Vienna sausage, so I don't find it surprising. There we go. My guess is like flavor-wise, it's going to taste like a Vienna sausage, but it has lime in it. So we'll see how much lime it has. Remember, limon in Spanish is lime. not lemon. And so people say, well, okay, so what is lemon in Spanish? Lemon is limón amarillo. So it's like yellow lime is a lemon. I don't know, go figure. I'm glad you are enjoying yourself down there. Yeah, I don't know if like I would say enjoy it down here, but it's a good life. It's a good life down here. I'm eating well. Um, I'm walking every day. So every day I walk, probably up to 5 miles a day total. But every day I walk into town and it's like a mile and a half, 2 miles to go into town and then walk around town a little bit. I'm walking every day. I'm eating it. The food here is good. It's really, really good food. If you go into a restaurant here, it's kind of like in the United States, we're used to like ordering food and seeing this platter come out like this, heaped up with food. They give you just enough to satisfy you here. The food is delicious. It's very well prepared and everything, and it's just enough and well prepared. Not a lot of fried stuff. There've been some fried stuff and everything, but there's not a lot of fried stuff and everything. So I'm eating well, getting out there, 70 degrees every day. It's not like it's so cold I can't go out there, or it's so hot, it's prohibitive to walk outside. So yeah, I feel healthier. When I was in the States, up until because I came here in January. When I was in the States before that, I had a problem with a torn meniscus, and I was limping. And so there's a combination of things. So one is when I got here, just before I left, when I was in Los Angeles, Claudia asked me when I went for Christmas, and I said, I want a decent pair of shoes. I want shoes that are like, I go to a place that specializes in shoes and makes, and I get a pair of shoes especially, made to help me out like that. So we went to, I can't remember the name of the store, but we got these. And they're Hoka, right? So these are $200 shoes. I've never paid $200 for a pair of what I would call sneakers before. But they measure they like laser scan your feet. They get your weight. They get your width and everything, and then they tell you exactly what like. This shoe has these arches in it, which are better for you. It's this wide. It's this long. Whatever. I found out I was in a size 11. I would wear the wrong size shoe, probably my whole life. Wrong size shoe. These are like a size 11, and it does vary by shoe. And I do have wide feet, but they said no, you're a size 11, and they gave me these shoes. So since I had these shoes, since I've been staying healthier, eating and walking and everything, I don't even notice the torn meniscus anymore. I was like where I couldn't lift my foot like more than 6 inches off the ground. My left leg, I couldn't lift it more than 6 inches off the ground. If I like was stepping up over a curb, it was extremely painful just to step up over that curb. And now I don't even notice it. There's like no difference between my left leg and my right leg. And so I don't know, like maybe it's the healthy lifestyle, maybe it's the shoes, maybe it's the fact that I've lost like 20 pounds or something like that. But either way, it's a good life here. So kind of roundabout way to say that we have the worst food. Yeah, that's why Americans are probably the least healthy people in the world. As someone with foot issues, good shoes are worth an investment. Absolutely, Nashies. I agree with you completely. And here's the thing, because I walk so much, I would buy a pair of shoes, and then I would say like after about 2 or 3 months, I would need new shoes because I wear the soles out completely. Look at that. There's still treads on this and stuff like that. So these are really well-made shoes. And like, people say like, oh, they're trendy and everything. Like, I don't care if they're trendy. They saved my, they saved my leg. They saved my health. So, I'll pay extra for those and everything. Like, somebody online was trashing those shoes, and I'm like, no, dude, you don't know. Just getting the right pair of shoes and everything is like a lifesaver. So, all right. So here we go. Zenu Vienna sausage. And the question, just to warm you back up, question was, what is the German word for Viennese? Because these are Viennese sausages. Oh, God. Oh, the texture. Oh, my God. You don't need teeth to eat these. They need to put like a casing on that. That texture is awful. Yeah, they are. Yeah, Nashies, you're absolutely right. It's paste. It's mush, is what it is. It's mush. And here's the kicker. There's a hint of lime, but you don't get that kick of lime. If I had lime, I'd put some lime in there. But you don't get that. You don't get that kick of lime. There's not enough lime in there to put lime on a label. Like you could sell these as not lime Vienna sausages, and you would like eat them, and like somebody wouldn't go like, oh, there's a strong lime flavor in there. There's not. There's supposed to be a strong lime flavor, and there is not. So it's just another Vienna sausage. It's mushy. It's like I said, a baby could eat that. You don't need teeth. I wouldn't give that to a baby. They'd probably choke to death on it, but a baby could eat that. Yeah, not crazy about that. That is going to get a thumbs down because, again, I was hoping that they would elevate the Vienna sausage a little bit by adding that lime flavor and everything, and it does absolutely nothing. It's just another Vienna sausage. The texture and everything. That Vienna sausage, by the way, I believe is one of Tom's kryptonites. Vienna sausage, raw oyster, because he did that thing where if he got a certain number of subscribers, he was going to eat, I think it was raw oyster, Vienna sausage, blue cheese dressing, and chocolate syrup. I think is what it was. And so yeah, he did that. So for him, all those things were disgusting, and he could barely keep it down. But yeah, it just does. There's no redeeming value to the one with lime in it because there's just not enough lime to change the experience of that, and it's just another Vienna sausage, and the texture is disgusting. And so yeah, thumbs down on that. It is bad when Val makes a face. Val doesn't puke, Val doesn't spit it out, but Val lets you know it's not good. I think when I do that, people pretend, or people think I'm pretending, right? So like if I eat something like that and I go like, that's not good, they're like, it doesn't seem like you think it's not good. You didn't vomit, you didn't spit it out, you didn't go, ah! Well, I mean, like, honestly, I like approach it scientifically. So I taste it, I do the texture, I do the aftertaste and stuff like that. And it doesn't matter if it's bad or good. I want to say it's a scientific reaction, right? It's a logical reaction to that. So it's not like I need to spit that out, or or I can't even swallow that. It's that like, okay, I'm judging this on its own merits. Do I like it? Do I not like it? What do I actually think of it and everything? And I give you an honest opinion. But I guess because like I'm not flailing my arms all over the place or vomiting or spitting or whatever, that people think that I'm making up my reaction to it. No, I'm being honest with you. That's what I do. I'm honest with you. I would never be dishonest with you. So it's kind of like I do a review of a restaurant. People go like, oh yeah, but you got paid for that. Like, no, I specifically don't get paid for doing restaurant reviews. I don't even ask them for money, and I tell them I will pay for the food up front because I want to give it an honest review. I don't want it to be effective. I'm like, hey, I gave you $5,000. I kind of expect a good review. I don't do that. So I want to give you an honest review, and I do that. So I pay for my own food and stuff like that. There were times where I'll go into a restaurant, I tell them I want to film, they're okay with that and everything, and then I go to pay, and they go, no, this one's on us. So I'm like, okay, cool. And I don't know if they're expecting me to give them a good review because they said this one's on us, but I don't have that expectation. They don't ask me to do that and everything. So I always give an honest review, no matter what, where I'm going, what I'm doing, everything. It's an honest review. Now, again, it's an honest review based on my tastes, right? So it might not be an honest review based on yours. Like cilantro is a good example. So some people are genetically predisposed to not like cilantro, to give it like a taste of soap. I am not in that group of people. Then there's another group of people like Claudia who loves cilantro. So she'll go into a restaurant. She goes, I'm going to get the cilantro salad. Can you put some cilantro on the side? And can I get that with cilantro dressing? I don't love it like she loves it. And I also don't like hate it and go like if there's a tiny piece of it in food, I'm like, oh my God, I can taste it. It's right here. Here, look. I'm like, I could take it, I could give it. I think it adds a certain flavor to some foods, and some foods are like benefit from having it on it. Like, a taco with raw onions and just a little bit of cilantro and everything, it makes a big difference. To me, again, if you're one of those people who are predisposed to not like it, I do understand that. But for me, it's like some things, it just gives that that nice touch. The caldo de costilla. We've done that on a live stream before, and the caldo de costilla usually has cilantro in it. It's a nice touch. It doesn't overpower or overwhelm the caldo, but it's a nice touch, and it's in moderation. It's very good. So that's kind of how I am. Here's a question for you guys: is how are you guys in which camp are you in? Are you in the camp that likes cilantro? Or are you in the camp that hates cilantro? Or are you in that camp that's like, I can take it or not? If it's in the food, I'll eat it. It's fine. And if it's not in the food, I won't miss it. Someone accused me of being fake nice in my videos the other day. I'm too old and tired of fake nice. Yeah, if you think you're old, Nashies, wait to get to my age. No bullshit, right? No bullshit at my age. It's kind of like when I met Claudia, I was 45 years old, and it was like, those things like sometimes when you're dating and you play those little games, and you're like, well, I'll go along with this, just so I'll be nice and I'll kind of go along with this, and I'll pretend I like this, or pretend I don't like this, or whatever. We're both 45 years old, and at 45 years old, it's kind of like no bullshit. This is me. You like this? You want this? This is me. It's not going to change. That's who I am. And if you want to try to get along with me, and if you want to try to do something with me, let's do it. And it worked out really well. So I was glad. I like cilantro. Okay, Nashies, you're on Team Cilantro. I think I've seen you actually use cilantro in some of the recipes that you made, Nashies. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't have the soap gene, but I find cilantro overwhelming sometimes. Well, it can be, depending on how much. It has a certain amount of spiciness to it, so you can put too much in. I think in moderation, it's perfect. But I think some people like just overwhelm it. They just put so much of it in it. It kind of overpowers the food, because it does have a certain amount of spiciness to it. So the same as like basil, or like Thai basil, especially, it has that spiciness to it and everything. So you don't want to use too much, or even arugula, right? You don't want to use too much of it, because then it kind of overpowers the food. Or raw onion, raw white onion, like chopped up on a hot dog, perfect. But I do not like raw onion on a salad, because it overpowers everything in the salad. There we go. Janice, you're fine with cilantro. Yeah, I think most people are. I think that genetic predisposition is not. I don't think that group is as large as the people who don't mind it. So it's better as a pairing thing, and it's a flavor itself. Yeah, I agree. And if it was a flavor in itself, you would be able to go out and find like cilantro flavored ice cream, right, or something like that. But neutral on cilantro. Yeah, exactly. Ice hand. It's just kind of like yeah, if you're gonna put it on there, and it's going to change the flavor, it's going to add some, add a different, a different quality to it and everything. Yeah, I'm all for it. Don't put too much on it so that all I'm tasting is cilantro. That's fine. That's the camp that I'm in as well. All right. So the question that we asked was, what is the German word for Viennese? That seemed like so long ago. Let's see. Didn't you want to answer that? Yes. Let's see. Nashi said Wien. Janice said wiener. Look like the only two people who answered that. Yes, you are correct. Wiener. Wiener is the German word for Viennese. So like Wiener Schnitzel. It's Vietnam. It's a schnitzel is, I think, it's a sausage, and so honestly, Wiener Schnitzel means Vienna sausage, and which is really weird, because if you ever go to Wiener Schnitzel, it's a hot dog. It's not a Vienna sausage. So I don't get it, but that's okay. I don't have to. All righty. Let's see what's next. Into our, let's see, more for your dollar. There it is. Back into our Demula's Market Basket Bag. Oh, speaking of Market Basket, hang on one second. While I was in New England, the home of Market Basket, I picked up this little Market Basket truck. So that's kind of cool. I just love this little Market Basket truck. Doesn't have groceries in it. Oh, and it says more for your dollar right there. More for your dollar at Market Basket. All right, so these are Tojitos Tocinetas. And Tojitas are manufactured by Jeronimo Martins. Are you ready for this? Jeronimo Martins was founded in 1792 by Jeronimo Martins in Lisbon, Portugal. So it's not just a catchy name, it's the guy's name, Jeronimo Martins, in 1792. So here in Colombia, their products are sold through Tiendas Ara and Bodega del Canasto here in Colombia. So you remember Tienda Aras? It is it's not a discount store per se. It's like a small kind of grocery store, but they have like housewares and stuff like that in it. And so this is a product line of Tiendas Ara, which basically is Jeronimo Martins. And it says tocinetas. Let's see. Con sabor artificial a Torino. Artificial Torino flavor. Or Torino to tocino. Artificial tocino flavor. So let's welcome Henrietta, the artificial chicken. Artificial flavor. So they look like bacon, correct? All right. So here in Colombia, you have tocinetas and tocino. Comes from the same word, but there's a difference between tocino and tocinetas. All right. So my question to you is, what is the difference between tocino and tocinetas? So we're going to try this. We already know it's an artificial flavor, so I'm not expecting this to taste like. It looks like bacon. It's not going to taste like bacon. I already know that. It is exceso en sodio, excess sodium, and exceso en grasas saturadas, excess in saturated fats. Upside down, because that's how we roll here. I've never been in a Market Basket. And where do you live again, Jared? Jared, where do you live? Interesting smell. Doesn't smell like pork. Well, because it isn't. Now look like a strip of bacon. It looks like they took bacon and they made chicharron out of it. That's what it looks like. It's crunchier than chicharron. Well, there's two kinds of chicharron. One is like really, really crunchy and hard, and the other one just kind of melts in your mouth. This is somewhere in between. There's lime. And they have a lime flavor in there. Rhode Island, we have Market Baskets. Oh, okay. Yeah, Market Baskets only in New England. So you're not going to find them outside of New England and everything. So like Massachusetts is the home of Market Basket. I think they were founded in Lowell, Massachusetts, if I'm not mistaken. And again, it started as Demoulas, and then Demoulas became Market Basket. And now it's Market Basket. So, like when I go to stay with Julie or visit Julie, we always shop at Market Baskets because we always find unusual stuff there. All right. No pork flavor in here whatsoever. Now, sometimes to fake out that pork flavor, they add a little bit of smoke to it. It kind of fakes out that pork flavor. They didn't even bother doing that here. They did add lime. There's a lime flavor, which I would not expect in something that's supposed to be pork flavor. So it's got those stripes in it, and you know that's like artificial coloring. All right. So here's the thing. If you're eating those and they're expecting to have that pork flavor, they do not. So they missed the boat there completely. But, we knew they were going to miss the boat there completely because they're artificial. But they're still a tasty and decent snack. I do kind of like the flavor of them, even though, they're not, they're okay. I'm going to give them a thumbs in the middle. Thumbs in the middle. They're okay. It's a nice snack. But they completely missed the boat on that, that pork flavor. Thumbs in the middle. Okay, so our question was, what is the difference between tocino and tocineta? See if anybody answered that. Janice said, tocineta specifically refers to bacon, strips of cured pork belly with streaks of meat, which that looked like, right? Tocino is a broader term that can mean bacon, but often refers to the fat back or pure pork fat. Yes, you're absolutely correct. Tocino is usually cured pork fat, while tocineta is typically a sliced bacon, the sliced bacon that we all know and love on our Sunday morning for our Sunday morning breakfast. So yes, you are absolutely correct. Okay, let's see. We're about 20 of, and we have how many products? We have two stew stacks left. Plenty of time for goop mélange. All right, so let's get into our next snack. How's everybody doing? Looks like we've grown in numbers. Speaking of growing in numbers, I don't know. It's kind of weird. It's like we've kind of reached a plateau on subscribers. So like we go between six. I think it's 6,000. What is it? I'll tell you in a second. We go between like 6,150 and 6,160. So it goes up and then it goes down. Like it goes up by 2, goes down by 3, goes up by 1, goes down by 1, goes up by 4, goes down by. But we're in that range where we can't get past like 50 to 60 on that one. And I don't know why. I don't know why it varies like that. Like we just get we lose 1, we gain 1, we lose 2, we gain 3. Whatever it is, we just can't get past that number. So I've not figured that out. I know people email me and they go, "We love your channel and we think that we can help you grow your subscribers and everything." It's like, dude, I have no money. I don't make enough money on this channel to be able to pay contractors. So thank you for your interest, but we're not hiring contractors right now. But they do contract me. And so the thing is, maybe it's not that important to me that like I need 50,000 subscribers or I need 1 million subscribers or anything like that. So right now it's not that important to me. I just think it's odd that we just go up a little bit, down a little bit, up a little bit, down a little bit. It's just kind of weird. We're in that 10-point sweet spot for our subscribers. They're just a little bit off. All right. Let's see, where are we? Oh, this is going to be interesting. And you guys are going to have to tell me. So this is from Carlo Forte. And this is Carlo Forte Russian salad with tuna. Not tuna with Russian salad, Russian salad with tuna. How many of you have actually heard of Russian salad? Has anybody actually heard of Russian salad? This is a product of Ecuador. I told you if it was not a product of Colombia, I would let you know. This is a product of Ecuador. And the Carlo Forte product line was created by Sardinas del Pacifico, or Sardipac. Sardinas meaning sardines, right? Sardinas del Pacifico, Sardipac, which was founded in Manta, Ecuador in 2012. The product line is sold by Tiendas de Uno. We've talked about them before, the D being discount. Tiendas de Uno, which was founded in 2009 by Michelle Olmi and Luis Abude in Medellin, Colombia. All right. So again, this is Russian salad, or ensalada rusa con atún, Russian salad with tuna. So the question for you is, who invented Russian salad? And don't say Russians, because we know that that's the case. So actually, I don't think the guy was from Russia, but he invented it in Russia. So who invented Russian salad? Your OnlyFans channel isn't driving subscribers to do, Bell. No, they charge me money for my OnlyFans. They're like, yeah, we're gonna fine you because people don't want to see your face on the OnlyFans channel. It's time to break out the emergency iguana in case of emergency. Break glass. There's an iguana in there. Okay. It looks like dog food. I mean, literally looks like dog food. Speaking of dog food, I said dog food, and Doodle perked up. He's right there. I don't know if I can show this to you. I could try. I mean, to me, that looks like dog food. Now I'm seeing carrots in there. I'm seeing some peas. I'm seeing, I don't know, some kind of dressing, maybe there's oil, possibly vinegar. Let's just try this. So again, Russian salad with tuna. All right, here we go. I get the tuna. Now, I can see why they led with Russian salad, because even though you do get the tuna flavor, it's unmistakable, right? But the texture of the tuna is a little bit different than what you expect of tuna in a can. There's a very smooth, soft, mellow. Now, I'm not a big fan of like pre-cooked vegetables, like, you know, canned carrots, canned peas. I'm not a big fan of that, but they work okay in here. Interesting, like sauce, if that's what you want to say. That's what you, how you want to put it. Interesting sauce. I think, like, if you're not a big fan of tuna, this is a nice way to eat tuna because you get a bunch of other flavors in there with the tuna. It doesn't get rid of the tuna flavor, but it just kind of complements it and adds other flavors to it. I'm going to go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Maybe not an enthusiastic thumbs up because it's all canned stuff. It would probably taste much better if this was fresh. I don't know if they cook this. If typically when you get Russian salad, if it would be cooked. I'm guessing it's fresh. So I don't know. So it wouldn't be an enthusiastic thumbs up, again, because it's in a can, it's already cooked and everything. So I'm going to say thumbs up, trending downward. It's not terrible, actually. Nice flavors working together, and it kind of takes the edge off if you're one of those people who don't like that tuna, you know, that tuna in your face flavor. It kind of takes the edge off of that. It's kind of nice. So yeah, I'm going to give it a thumbs up, trending downward slightly. All right. So our question was, who invented Russian salad? Pierre says, let me guess, America. Yeah, isn't that funny? It's like, who invented Hawaiian pizza? Or like, where was Hawaiian pizza invented? Anybody know this one? We've done this before. Where was Hawaiian pizza invented? Anyone know that? All right. Hawaiian pizza was invented in Canada, right? Where was Greek pizza invented? It was not invented in Greece. It was invented in Connecticut. And Greek pizza was invented in Connecticut. Where was the Italian sub invented? You guys should know this because we did an episode on it. Where was the Italian sub invented? The Italian sub was invented in Portland, Maine. And here's the funny thing about that. So you can watch the episode. Julie and I did a road trip to Portland, Maine, and we got the original Italian sub. When I say the original Italian sub, it was, is it Giuseppe? Is his first name? Giuseppe Amato. And I think it was 1902, he invented the Italian sub. And the Italian sub was originally ham and cheese. And the reason it was called an Italian sub was because he was from Italy. He was Italian from Italy. And so he just said, it's my sandwich. It's an Italian sub. Over a period of time, that changed, and they started using Italian meats and cheeses in there. And that's when it changed. So if you go to Amato's like we did, you can get the original, and the original is going to be ham and cheese, or you can get the classic, and the classic is what we now know as the Italian sub with Italian cold cuts and cheeses and stuff like that. So gotta love the East Coast. Yep. A lot of stuff was invented in the East Coast. Well, I mean, somebody on Threads said, what unfortunately do they not have food-wise in the LA area? And I came up with this huge list, and it was stuff from all over the country that I did not like. I'm sure if you looked hard enough, you might be able to find one little place, one little maybe mom and pop place that has those things. But in general, you really have to look to be able to find those things in the LA area. Like, I can't think of a single place in the LA area that's doing American chop suey. But you go to New England, go to a diner, and they're going to have American chop suey. So, Oh, thank you. Janice posted the Portland, Maine road trip episodes. So check that out when you get a chance, because it's kind of cool. All right, so down to our last snack. Oh, I didn't answer the question. Who invented Russian salad? Let's see. Janice said Lucien Oliver, or Olivier, a Belgian chef who worked at the Hermitage restaurant in Moscow. So again, remember we said invented in Russia, but not necessarily by a Russian. It was invented by a Belgian who was working at the Hermitage restaurant in Moscow in the 1860s. So yes, you are correct, Janice. All right, last snack. They're so good. They're like the boys are just like laying there in the little bed right there. It's so good. Doodle doesn't know that he can have another snack, SNACK, right now. He doesn't even know that. But if he's not going to ask, I'm not going to give it to him. All right. So again, once again, these are Super Ricas. We covered that Super Ricas before, so I'm not going to get too into it. These are Super Ricas Cheetos, and these are Chile Dulce. So my guess is they look like tortilla chips. My guess is these are going to taste like the Doritos. I think there's a sweet chili, sweet spicy chili Doritos, and maybe that was something they only had down here, but it was definitely Doritos. So this looks like it's something that's trying to be that. So we're going to try that. And again, we did talk about Super Ricas. Costa Ricas was founded in 1961 by Carlos Eduardo Silva in Bogota, Colombia, and incorporated in 1972. So, as long as we're talking about super things, what was the name of the actor who portrayed the fictional character Super Dave Osborne? You guys remember Super Dave Osborne? What was the name of the actor who portrayed the fictional character Super Dave Osborne? For those who don't know, Super Dave Osborne was I guess it was a show, and he was Dave Osborne, or Super Dave Osborne, was supposedly a stuntman, and every stunt that he did went horribly wrong. So he would get run over by a steamroller, and they would show him flattened by a steamroller, and because it's movie physics, he'd be alive and kicking for the next episode. They look like Doritos. Getting sweet right off the bat. Not overly salty. Nice crunch. Ooh, and there's the heat. The heat comes in afterwards. I know where the poutine comes from. Specifically where the poutine, I mean, like everyone knows it's Canada, and I think we know that it's not necessarily Montreal, but Quebec, in Quebec. So it all comes from Quebec, Canada. But do you know specifically where, like a person who invented it? Pierre? If I'm not mistaken, it's kind of like, it's like the French word for garbage or something along those lines. Wow, that has a sneaky heat to it. It has a really nice flavor, really nice, like peppery flavor. The sweetness you get right off the bat, and then the heat comes up behind it, sneaks up on it. Got to know Quebec, or Quebec. One of the things I loved I think it was 2012, went up to I'd been to Montreal a bunch of times and everything, but nothing for doing episodes or anything. And we went up, I think it was 2012, went up to Montreal and went to, what is it? I'm trying to think of the name of the place. It's a 24-hour poutine place. And they have like 30 different kinds of poutine. Now, the thing about poutine is poutine has to have three things for it to be poutine. You have French fries, usually twice cooked. French fries, you have that brown sauce that you put on top of it, and you have fresh cheese curds that you have. You have to have those three things. You can put anything else that you want on it, and it's banquise. I think, I'm trying to remember if there's like another name, but it's banquise. And at banquise, they do like 30 different kinds of poutine. So they put all kinds of different things, like smoked meat, stuff like that, and put all different kinds of things on it. But the basic underlying poutine is the same for everything and everything. It was just outstanding. And the reason they're open 24 hours is because most people are eating poutine at like 3 o'clock in the morning when they get out of the clubs. They're drunk because it's like perfect drunk food. Sometimes it's hard to get real curds even when you make homemade gravy. Exactly. And the thing is like the farther south you go, the harder it is to find, curds. So like I remember in LA, I think Sprouts had curds. You could find them in Sprouts. There's a place in Seattle. What was the name of that place? We did a Pike Place episode, and I think we showed them making curds. What's the name of that place at Pike Place? What's the person's name? I can't remember. It starts with a B. And And so eventually they started selling their products in Southern California. So you could go and you could find their products. I just can't for the life of me. Now, see, that drives me nuts, and it has to do with my obsessive curiosity, and I have to find out. It is Beecher's. Thank you. All right, Beecher's. Beecher's cheese. If you go to the one at Pike Place Market where they make it, you can look in the window and you can actually see them making the cheese curds and everything. But eventually, I was able to find them in the LA area, like they would import them. The thing is, they don't last very long, right? So even though like Wisconsin's famous for their cheese curds, they don't last very long. So if you're going to make them and you're going to import them, they don't last too long. So that's probably why they're not really popular. To the best of my knowledge, and I think we filmed at one place, but I can only think of two places in the LA area where you could get authentic poutine, and they both closed. So I guess people in LA aren't big fans of poutine and really didn't care about it that much. So, but I'm a poutine lover. I love poutine. In spring, all flower bloom in Montreal City. It is a beautiful sight. It is. We went in the end of March and the beginning of April. And it's still the height, or it's the end of the sugaring season. So if you go to the sugar shacks are amazing. I'm not sure. Oh, I know why, because we didn't have the YouTube channel at the time. That's why we don't have an episode from there. But the sugar shacks are amazing. It's the place where they actually harvest the maple from the maple trees, and then in the sugar shack themselves, they have all kinds of different local foods and stuff made with maple syrup. If you get a chance to get to Quebec, it's north of Montreal, south of Quebec City. There's a bunch of them out there, and go at the end of March, beginning of April. It is just amazing. All righty, these are delicious. So they're not too salty, they're not too crunchy, but they're also not soggy. Really nice flavor. It starts out with the sweetness, ends up with the heat. Really, really nice. Can't say enough about that. That's going to get a big thumbs up. So, all right. The question I asked was, what was the name of the actor who portrayed the fictional character Super Dave Osborne? How many of you remember Super Dave Osborne? What was the name of the actor who portrayed the fictional character Super Dave Osborne? Let's see. The guesses were Miguel Rangel said Bob Einstein. Janice Yanaka said Bob Einstein. Isan said Bob Einstein. His brother was that. Oh, I didn't know his brother was Albert Brooks. His father was a stand-up comedian who used to do a character called Parky a Car. Didn't know that. Yeah, you're all correct. It is, in fact, Bob Einstein was Super Dave Osborne. And I remember, I think I was a teenager watching it, and it was kind of like one of those things where even though it was fake, he never got hurt or anything. Like, I remember watching that and going like, wow, that's kind of dumb. Like watching Ow My Balls or something like that. But yeah, I remember Super Dave as well. So yeah, Pierre, I cannot say enough about visiting Quebec and Montreal. If you're going to go, learn some French. Seriously, learn some French. It's not that they don't know English, but you're going to another country. Even though it's like a 5-hour ride from Boston to Montreal, it's another country, and learn, respect the local cultures and stuff like that, and learn a little bit of French when you go. So, or before you go. That's my thing. All right, so that is our. Well, we don't have a nutshell, but that is our reviews in a nutshell. Let's see, we're 2 minutes of. You guys don't mind sticking around for a little bit for goop mélange. All right, so let's get goop going. Okay, here we go. So let's work backwards. So we have our Russian salad with tuna, not tuna with Russian salad with tuna. Let's put that in there. Okay, and let's put one of these in there, which is the Zenu Vienna Sabor Limon, our lime flavored. I'm just going to cut it on this. Our Vienna sausage. I have yet to find a Vienna sausage that has any redeeming value. Hopefully someday somebody will surprise me. But until that day comes, I have not found it yet. One should be enough. Some people might think one is too many. Here we go. Okay, our Águila Cero, Point Cero, or Punta Cero, Mani peanuts. Let's put some of those in there. Our Super Ricas Fostoritos, or potato sticks. Let's break those up a little bit. I'm glad you're sticking around, Jared. Speaking of, Jake, you mentioned the forbidden chop suey. Have any of you guys had the forbidden chop suey? That's fine. Have you guys, any of you had American chop suey? Anybody ever had American chop suey? I will tell you right off the bat, it is not a Chinese thing, and it is not even a Chinese American thing. The thing I would compare it more closely to is goulash. If you've ever had goulash, it's probably closer to goulash than anything else. It's strictly a New England thing. So you probably would not have had it unless you've been to New England. But how many of you have had American chop suey? Or even know about it, know what it is? All right, here's the tocineta that has no tocineta in it. Well, they do break apart nicely. Okay, I got my finger bowl. Did not forget that. I love American chop suey, Jared. And it's something that people make at home. It's typically, if you go to like diners in New England, you can get American chop suey. The diners will have it. So occasionally, like a mom and pop place might have it, like on special and everything. It'll be served on a paper plate. But I do like it. All right, here's our Cheetos, our chili, sweet chili Cheetos, not Cheetos, Cheetos. It probably means something in Spanish, but I don't know what that is. It's like hamburger helper. I suppose, like I said, it's more like goulash. Goulash. So it's basically, the main ingredients are tomatoes, ground beef, onion, and I want to say bell pepper. And then, you put paprika in it. You're going to put whatever spices you want, like pepper and salt and stuff like that, but you're not going to get too crazy with that. And then and then noodles, macaroni. So it's elbow macaroni, typically elbow macaroni. You can use like a chili mac or something like that. And you just kind of cook it all together, and you put the tomatoes and the onion and the ground beef in a pot, kind of simmer that for a while, and then cook the noodles separately, the elbows separately, and then just add them in there, mix it all together. That's like a Saturday night treat in New England. What am I missing? Oh, these guava. I don't know how this is going to work. I don't know how these guava things are going to work. But we are committed, or we should be committed. I don't know but one or the other. Either we're committed or we should be committed. They're sugary and sour. I'm going to have to check to see if we've ever done bocadillos before. And if we have not, I will do those. Maybe next time we'll do bocadillos. And again, I think bocadillos are going to mean something different depending on which country you're in. Because like I said, in Spain, it's a sandwich. In Colombia, it's a guava and what do they call that? Not caramel, but the caramel with the milk. It escapes me right now. And let's not forget our Italo Guanabana wafers. You guys are probably going doo 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 doo, but I can't hear it because you're there and I'm here, and we don't have audio. That'd be interesting sometime to do something with audio with you guys, where you guys are asking me like questions with audio. That would be interesting. Have to figure something like that out. All right. I think we got everything. Yeah, we do. We got everything. All right, let's mix that up. I have a feeling this one's not going to be too bad. It's mostly snacky stuff. The tuna is a little bit odd. And the little guava is a little bit odd, but nothing earth shattering here. It's not like we added chocolate or anything like that in there, or honey or anything like that. All right, let's get our spoon. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I present to you Goop Mélange. You need to sing one of your songs on live. That's not going to happen this week because of the the whole thing going on and everything. But yeah, I need to start something of that back up. So I do have a channel for the music that we did. I haven't really put anything up there, but I need to like kind of revive that and put stuff out there and everything. And maybe we'll do some live stuff. I'll find some musicians who want to like do a collaboration. We'll do some live stuff. That'll be fun. I taste tuna and Vienna sausage. The funny thing is, like Matt says, do you mind me playing your songs on Reckless Eating when on Twitch? He'll play my songs on the live streams. So do you mind me playing your music? I'm like, dude, more people probably have heard my songs on your channel than they ever heard, when I was in Massachusetts. We've got a couple of things that are on the radio every once in a while. Small club, like maybe got like 50 people in at a time in clubs and stuff like that. So I think those people are familiar with our music, but it never really appealed to a large, widespread audience. So on Reckless Eating, it's getting more attention than I ever did live. Okay, now, this is surprising. At the beginning, we put up a poll, and we said, "Do you or do you not want to continue to see the AI thumbnails?" And by a very close margin, 56 to 44%, you guys said no. So we will no longer do the AI thumbnails because by your request, it's too much for you guys. So no more AI thumbnails. What was the most you ever get paid for a music gig, Bill? Maybe $50. Well, you got to pay the sound man, and then the guys in the band. So we were like always a 5-piece band, and we always split it. And so like maybe $50 is probably the most I ever made. A lot of things we did for free. It's kind of like it's new music night. You come in here and you get enough people to come in here. You give away the tickets for free. Would you get enough people to come in here, and we'll give you a better night? So some gigs you didn't make any money at all. You kind of lost money if you figure your gas money, like getting to the club, and the fact that you just got off work, you headed to the club, loaded your stuff in. There were 5 bands that night. You did a sound check, put your stuff in the back, put it back out, and then you had to load the stuff back up and bring it to the rehearsal space. So it was a pain in the ass, but it was a fun pain in the ass. The goop mélange is pretty good. The guava kind of throws it off a little bit. The flavors that come out in the front are the Vienna sausage and the tuna. And the other flavors are just kind of like add a little bit of saltiness, add a little bit of crunchiness, but nothing crazy. Even the wafer, you would think would add some sugariness to it, and it's really not. So what would I give that? I'm going to give that a thumbs in the middle, trending upward. It's not fantastic. It doesn't suck. It's interesting. Some of the interesting little sub flavors in there and everything. Yeah, thumbs in the middle, trending upward for the goop mélange. Gas money in all the rehearsal. No one considers the practice that goes in. Absolutely, Nashies. Absolutely correct. Yeah, so like if you figure you're going to play with 5 other bands, maybe you get 30 minutes, right? Maybe you get a 30-minute set. But getting your equipment, getting to the place, doing your sound check, getting up on the stage, breaking your stuff down, taking it out. Sometimes they don't even let you take it out until the end of the night. So you got to just wait. And then getting back to the rehearsal place and putting your stuff back up there. It's like 3 hours of work for half an hour of playing and everything. But that 30 minutes while you're up on stage, even if you're playing for 3 people who are like into it and just really want their seat, to me, that's worth it. So Them AI thumbnail are cool. Miguel, I thought they were kind of cool too. I don't think they were over the top. I don't think I was trying to fool anybody with them, but some people did complain about it and said they're really kind of tired of the AI thumbnails. And so I decided I would let you, as our followers, or if that's what you want to call you, decide, and you have decided. And at 56%, you have said no. So we will not do the AI thumbnails anymore. I probably won't even reuse the thumbnails we've already done. I might do like a Photoshop thing or something like that, but you don't want to see the AI thumbnails? I won't do the AI thumbnails. So there we go. They're there, but that's it. All right, so I can see by the old clock on the wall that we've gone 10 minutes over, but we had to do goop mélange. I appreciate you guys hanging out with us. If you enjoy our channel, and I think you do, because otherwise why would you come back? If you enjoy our channel and you have not subscribed, then please do so. Again, we're in that kind of weird area where we're in this 10-point window. We go down, we go up, we go down, but we never break below that 10 points or above that 10 points. I'm not sure what's going on. So if you have not subscribed, please do so. If you like the channel, I'm not going to make you do it. I don't want you to create fake accounts just to get the number of everything, because eventually they find out about that, they get rid of those. It's not worth the hassle. So just, if you think other people would enjoy it, people that you might not know about the channel, let them know, make the suggestions as we make suggestions. So like Janice Yamanaka, Tom, old guy in Colorado, Nashies, all these other channels and everything that we appreciate and we enjoy. And we let you know who those are. If you go to our main YouTube page, you scroll down and see featured channels, you'll see them in there. We let you know who they are. And if you go out there and you enjoy their channel, which we think you will, then also give them the same love. So subscribe, click the thumbs up, do the likes, and subscribe to it and everything. If you like them, and we think you will. We wouldn't suggest it to you if we didn't think you would like it. So please do that. So again, I appreciate your support. I always love doing this. Like I said, I've got this congestion going on. I've got like an ear infection or a sinus infection or something like that. But I wanted to see you guys this week. Didn't see you last week and everything. I missed you guys, and I love the camaraderie we have here. Honestly, and I'm not making this up. With the best community that anyone could ask for a live stream. Never had to ban anybody. Never had to, maybe you had to like censor a couple people every once in a while or something like that, but not a big deal. So I really, really appreciate you guys, your support, and hope we have your continued support, and we'll try to do more interesting things. And if you have suggestions, let us know. Like on Friday when we did the Four Loko float, ice cream float, that was a suggestion. I think Adam had, if I'm not mistaken. And so if you have an idea of something, let us know. We're not going to charge you for it. We're not going to ask you to give us money so that we use your idea and everything. We will use your idea and we will give you a shout out and let you know that was your idea and everything. So we really appreciate it. I appreciate your support. So I think some people might have off on Friday for Juneteenth. I'm not sure. I know I do for work. I have the day off. So if you do enjoy your Friday off, enjoy your day off. Try to remember why there's a holiday on Juneteenth. What Juneteenth is. If you don't know what it is, look it up. And again, thank you so much for your support. So, Wednesday's your birthday. Well, happy early birthday, Steve. Or we'll catch you next week and wish you a happy birthday as well. So remind us next week. So thank you all again for your support. Really, really appreciate it. But remember that it is crazy out there. So please be careful. Take care of yourselves, take care of others, and we will see you soon. So have a great week, everybody. We'll talk to you later.